This week on LSMN Overtime, we'll bring you softball highlights from around the district, we'll take a look at all district honors for girls soccer, and we'll explore a 21st century approach to America's pastime.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of LSMN Overtime. I'm Tori Stevens, and let's start off with an update on the girls soccer front. The Marcus Lady Marauders were the last team standing in District 6. Marcus advanced to the regional finals last weekend, but ended up falling to South Lake Carroll, 2-0, officially ending the soccer season for LASD. Marcus ended their season with a 23-1 record. For the season, the Lady Marauders scored 112 goals with 93 assists, while giving up only 18 total goals, including 14 shutouts. Marcus expects to return many of their players next season, so expect to see them make another deep playoff year. The 6-6A All-District teams have been announced for the 2021-2022 season. No surprise, the Lady Marauders ended up with an impressive 9 players named to the first team. Maddie Reynolds, Bella Campos, and Karis Torgeson, along with Kennedy Wise, Chloe Adams, Caroline Castens, and Grace Martin. Nina Mazzola was named Utility Player of the Year, and Bree Russell was named Co-Goalkeeper of the Year, along with her Flower Mound counterpart, Maya Cordova. From Flower Mound, Hannah Augustine, Sky Leach, Avery Simmons, Carly Gakis, and Rory Skank were named to the first team, and Haley Augustine was named Defensive MVP. Lewisville's Carson Glenn and Nicole Solette were also honored. Marcus coach Chad Hobbs was named District 9 Coach of the Year. Switching gears to district softball action, where the Lady Marauders took the Plano West Wildcats, the game started off with a long first inning, due to 3 runs scored by Plano West, followed by 2 runs in the bottom half of the inning by Marcus. In the second inning, the Wildcats added 1 more run, making the score 4-2. But Lady Marauders starter Faith Drizzle settled down and went up to throw 3 consecutive shutout innings to keep the Marauders in the game. Later on in the 4th innings, Marcus tied the game at 4-4. Then in the bottom of the 5th inning, Marcus senior Michaela Alguin went deep, hitting a 2-run homer to give Marcus a 6-4 lead. Lady Marauders held their win, beating the Wildcats 6-5. In other Monday night action, the Hebron Lady Hawks hosted the Capel Cowgirls. In the first inning, Hebron's Shori Wynn was on third base when Zoe Bowen hit a RBI single, putting Hebron up 1-0. In the second inning, the Cowgirls managed to catch up with an RBI double from Talia Stuckel. The Lady Hawks tacked on 1 more run in the 7th. Hebron defeated Capel 2-1, improving their win streak to an impressive 7 in a row. In other scores around the district, Lewisville dominated Plano, winning 11-1. Flower Mound beat Plano East 12-6, and the Colony's Tamara Waiters pitched a no-hitter as the Cougars routed Princeton 13-0. With their win against Capel on Tuesday, Hebron takes over the first place spot with an 8-3 record. Lewisville, also at 8-3, is in 3rd place after a loss to Hebron earlier in the season. Marcus is sitting in 4th with a 7-4 record. As mentioned earlier, Hebron softball has a fantastic win streak going right now and is really making noise in district. J.J. Christian is talking about the Lady Hawks on this week's Coach's Corner.
What happened? I'm here with Hebron head softball coach Chelsea Herndon. Thank you for joining us today, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're currently on a 7-game winning streak and are ranked 1st in the district. How have you coached the girls and kept them motivated?
Yeah, obviously the first half of district for us was a little rough. We lost 3 in a row, and then after that 3rd loss, I just looked at the girls and I said, this is not how our season's supposed to go. We are too good to be where we're at right now, and so we have to find something has to change. And since then, the girls have just taken every game almost like it's their last, like it's a fight for playoffs. And it is a fight for playoffs in this district because it is so good. And so I'm just really proud of my girls for coming out, losing lit a fire under their butt, right? And so they come out every day at practice. They work really hard. I work them really hard. I'm not easy, right? And they apply everything that we work on in practice in game, and we can see that it's really starting to show. And their mental side, they didn't fall, from losing those 3 games. Instead, they decided to pursue, winning, and they chose to win and be winners. And so I'm really proud of them for hanging in there.
It's always good to have motivated players. With all that winning, what are your expectations for the playoffs?
Playoffs, obviously, there's a good district over there with Denton, Geyer, Prosper. Looks like Braswell's kind of in there as well. So right now, for playoffs, you have to keep doing what you're doing, right? You don't want to make any major changes or, freak out. Just stick to doing what you do best and focus on, situational hitting and executing, when there is pressure in play, because it is a little different when it comes down to it being your potential last game. And sometimes girls can apply a little additional pressure there. And so, practicing that additional pressure and just having the girls go out there with the mindset that, yes, it could potentially be the last game, but don't apply that pressure and just go out there and play how we know how to play.
You always got to practice the way you play. As an ex-Florida Gator yourself, has your experience in a dominant collegiate softball program influenced this high school program?
Yeah, I think my experience, playing softball at Hebron and then going and playing softball at the University of Florida and, being coached under Tim Walton, I learned a lot from being a player and then being on his staff. So I told the girls from the beginning, I'm going to run this program like a college program. Most of them want to go play in college, and so that is their expectation. And they accepted it, and honestly, it's been really successful. I think my competitiveness has to calm down just a little bit because I'm extremely competitive, and sometimes kids, they react to failure different ways. So that's been the hardest part about coaching, is just, learning how each kid reacts to failure and coaching each kid individually rather than as a team. But my experience has definitely helped me as far as, playing these girls and getting these girls prepared for, winning a potential state championship, right? So I would say it's definitely helped me.
Well, it's nice to know how your kids react. One of your players, namely Lucy Croter, was recently crowned the title of Dallas Morning News Player of the Week. How does it feel to have one of your players achieve this?
Yeah, Lucy is all around she's a great person and just a great student athlete. She works harder than probably any kid I've ever met. You don't really come around athletes that can pitch the ball the way that she does and also come up and hit like she does. So she's very special, and I see really big things coming for her in the future. But she is the leader on our team. How she pitches determines how we play defense and how we hit. And so she really sets the tone, and then she comes up offensively and produces as well. So she works extremely hard. So she deserves everything that she's been given with, the Dallas Morning News Player of the Week. And then I'm sure there's many more awards coming, but she just works really, really hard.
Sounds like you're proud of her. Well, that's all the time we have.
Very proud of her.
Well, that's all the time we have today, Coach. Thank you for joining us, and good luck to you and your team.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Over to baseball scores, Flower Mound had a close game against Plano West, but ultimately ended up losing 8-7. Marcus had a big win against Hebron, ending the game 5-1. Lewisville got shut out by Capel, losing 3-0, and the Colony managed to win against Rock Hill, winning 3-2. Only 2 LASD schools are in playoff position right now. Marcus is sitting at first place with a 7-1 district record, with Flower Mound at 4th with a 5-4 record. Flower Mound runner Natalie Cook continues her incredible year. She has broken her 2nd national high school record this season, this time at the Stanford Invitational. Cook placed 3rd overall in the Stanford Invitational 5,000-meter run with a time of 15 minutes and 23 seconds, breaking the previous record of 15 minutes and 34 seconds. The Colony baseball team is enlisting some high-tech and unconventional training to give their players an edge. Brittine Rodriguez has the story.
The Colony baseball has been preparing hard for the season. Just recently, they have introduced a new asset to the team, a new virtual reality headset to train at bat.
Well, we'd had a chance to see it on some of the computer stuff. We watched some different people. We've been to some clinics and saw it, and we thought it might be something good that our kids could use to get live at bats. This gives us a chance to simulate a pitcher and a live at bat, and we thought that with as many young kids as we had in the program this year, we thought that'd be helpful.
I feel like it's great for the game. I feel like it helps a lot, and if you have access to it, I feel like it'll definitely make you a better baseball player.
Players can use information given off of the program to help them track their performance and see where they need improvement.
For me personally, I say it's helped a lot, like my timing. And then like when it comes to like different kinds of pitchers, like I struggle with a lot of lefties. So when I select a lefty in the game or in like the virtual reality, it makes it better and makes me like adapt more to an end game situation.
I think it's great for the sport, leading into more, everything that's coming out. It's a great thing to have. Being able to get the science out of baseball and translating to that, I think it's great.
I feel like just being able to be on time and see pitches and see the different velocities and just really allow it to work on live scenarios and everything, it's just as good as hitting off the machine.
The skills practiced on this device can translate to the field for a better performance, but it's up to the player to make that happen. Reporting for LSMN Overtime, I am Bertin Rodriguez.
On Wednesday afternoon, Flower Mound runner Owen Cole competed in the 3,200-meter run in District 6-6A meet. He ended up taking third place in the race and will move on to the regional meet on April 29th. Lewisville's T. Harlan is in the district champion in the triple jump. The Colony's Devin Judelson took the gold in the 3,200-meter race at the District 10-5A meet. The Region 1 tennis tournament was held Tuesday and Wednesday in Arlington. The Flower Mound girls doubles team of Sarah and Mira knocked off 4 teams on their way to earn the second spot in a trip to the state championship. It's time for this week's LSMN Spotlight, and Alex, we're showcasing golf. Are you a big golfer?
Unless the iMessages games counts as golf, no, I'm not. But yes, this week's Spotlight goes out to 2 female golfers from Hebron, Estelle Sayon and Simran Shah, tied for first in the district championship, shooting +7 for the tournament. Both golfers copied the other scores, with Sayon shooting 75 on the first day, while Shah tied it up with 75 on the second day. Sayon had an impressive 4 birdies for the 2 rounds, but not to be outdone, Shah had 6, with the most important coming on hole number 18 in round 2 for the tie. Both are heading to the regional tournament on the 18th through 21st, so we'll see if these Hebron golfers can sweep the regional championship too. For LSMN Overtime, I'm Alex Salazar. Now back over to the sports desk.
That's all the sports news for this episode. Join us next episode for more information on what's happening with sports around the district. I'm Tori Stevens, and thanks for watching LSMN Overtime.